Welcome, my dear internet strangers. Hello, welcome or welcome back to another episode of a series I just started called Would You Like to Hear a Story? So I want to jump straight into it, but before I do, already got cats. I have 3 cats on my bed right now, so just bear with me if I keep looking everywhere.
Oh.
Pepper, I need you to... no. Crazy. Okay. Yes, I am testing out. It's August and I'm already ready for Halloween. Don't mind this Party City looking ass wig. Your girl's just trying things out, okay? I'm trying to get a feel. I'm just trying to get a feel for things. We're just going to ignore her for the next 2 to 3 episodes, okay? Yeah. And I hope you guys don't mind the lighting too much. But anyways, let's get straight into the story. Am I the a-hole for telling my roommate that I'm going to have X whether she is there or not? So this person has already got deemed as not the a-hole. I saved it originally without I haven't even read it. So I'm going into this blind. So I'm gonna try to just read straight through it without freaking whatever. So usually I felt like I saved it because I felt like I was gonna have an unpopular opinion on it. Because that's just, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, sometimes people, I don't know. I don't have roommates anymore. I had roommates. Okay. I have a roommate that was my best friend, my ex-best friend from high school and stuff like that. Didn't work out. But we had a good part of communication when it came to having company. When it came to having company, we were always on board with that. So it was a little bit, but I don't know. I think I might have an unpopular opinion, but we'll see as we keep reading. If they have already been deemed not the a-hole, maybe not. Maybe I won't. So let's just read it and let's see what this person is talking about. All right. For context, we are living in school campus housing, and each individual has their own room in the 4-bedroom apartment. Basically, 2 of our roommates have graduated and 2 of us left behind. My room is right next to hers. As me and my roommate were discussing potential new roommates, I was talking to her about how let me get this closer. I was talking to her about how we should apply the same rule about how it's okay to have guests over, just let everyone know ahead of time. She agreed, but told me she has this boundary due to something that's happened to her friend, and it has to do with the roommate's actual activity. I don't know any more than this. In which, if someone had a significant other, which I do, they are not allowed to have X when anyone is home. I asked what if we're trying to be quiet, and she laughed in my face and said, impossible. I asked if it was just her or when anyone is home. She said anyone. The way she said it so sternly caught me off guard and made me feel inferior in that moment. Our conversation ended, and this didn't sit right with me because I don't think it's anyone's right to dictate whether you're intimate with your partner or not unless you share the same room. We each pay the same amount to live in our own rooms, and I was also wondering why she decided to only say this now and not when every single person first moved into the apartment, and one of them happened to have a boyfriend as well, but she never stayed at the apartment. She's an older student in her late 20s and is also very Christian, and I felt like she was applying her own values or discomfort with X onto me. Okay, that changes things. And the one time my boyfriend was over, everyone else was out of town. So I texted her the next day that we need to revisit that combo. The next day comes. I first asked her what happened to her friend that made her so set up this rule. She replied saying that she thought about it and she was being a little unfair because what her boundary may not apply to our future roommates' boundaries. So as long as she isn't home, I can have X. I told her that my boyfriend and I are long distance and I only see him one weekend every month or month and a half. So I'm going to have X regardless of her being home if I wanted to. And that if we shared a room or if I was being loud and obnoxious, that's an entirely different story. She looked caught off guard, but I left it at that. But I kind of want to revisit the conversation again and make it a point. And I don't know whether she is in her room all the time. And it's literally... Sorry, let me reread this. But I kind of want to revisit the conversation again and make it a point that I don't know whether she is in her room all the time. And it's literally weird for me to be worrying about her and whether she is home or not when I want to be intimate with my partner. And that if the idea of X alone makes her squeamish, then she should she needs to grow the F up. And then she's like, should I? Am I the a-hole? Okay, no, absolutely not. So I thought this was going to be something where, like, she's constantly, I don't know, people are constantly in and out just banging, you know? I thought it was going to be one of those situations, or just people are just not being respectful. But it seems like, you know, they've had several conversations now, and I don't even, the boyfriend hasn't even came.
That's what she said.
In between these conversations, so, oh, no pun intended. Sorry. I had to. So I'm just saying though, like, no, of course not. So no wonder she got deemed not the a-hole. Let's see what this edit says. She says, thanks for your responses. I won't revisit the convo with her unless there's a need to, and I'll do it in a respectful manner while trying to be reasonable. She put disclaimer, I always let her know a week or weeks in advance before my boyfriend comes over, and remind her the day before. If there's any sudden guests, we let each other know ASAP. Last disclaimer, I visit my boyfriend when I go home. When I go home depends on how busy I am in school. I did not want to over-explain how we see each other. Okay. So, yeah, no, everything, like, OP is doing everything that she needs to do when it comes to a roommate situation. This is completely plausible. This is just, you know, it makes this, there's no, I don't even know if I really even should read the comments, but I don't want this video to be too short, so let's read some of them. And this person says, not the a-hole. As long as you're not banging up her wall, screaming your head off, I can't see how it's any of her business what you do in your own room. From the title, I thought you were going to say you share a room, but trying to control roommates in separate rooms is ridiculous. For me, I would leave it as is. You said your piece, and you don't need to tell her to grow up or anything. If she tries to push it again, you can say that. And then OP responds, I'll take your advice. Thank you. And yeah, my boyfriend and I try to keep noises to a minimum. We're not rude people either. Someone else responds to them saying you're not the a-hole and she's being ridiculous. If you have a fan in your room, you can turn it on max speed for the white noise to help drown out any noises, but also tell her to play music in her room or something if she's uncomfortable potentially hearing anything. Some of these top comments are from people who before the edit is what I'm seeing. It's like before she put the edit and the disclaimers in. So I don't think I want to go too into it because I'm gonna have to like scroll all the way down. But I don't know. I don't think there's really a lesson to be learned besides when it comes to having good conversations with the people you live with. Okay, like having that communications, because we all know, or we, maybe not all of us, but a lot of us know or have had some sort of story when it comes to roommates. Okay, if you've ever lived with other people, it doesn't even just maybe sometimes even with just family, like this stuff can be pretty uncomfortable to talk about, especially if you are a very private person or reserved, or I don't know, maybe you're just like not into talking about that kind of stuff. Like if you're super religious, like it sounds like her roommate might be like that. Like they might be a little bit more conservative, but at the same time, she did say like, oh, I don't know if that's the reason why she's being like that. But then the roommate came back and was like, actually, I think I was being a little bit too much. So maybe it's not, I don't know. I'm just picking apart things at this point. But yeah, that's all for this story. This is not all you're gonna get from me though. I'm sticking to one story a video, even though you're gonna see me in the same exact outfit in the next video. But in order for me to get these videos up and going, getting this up for you guys, I gotta keep it short. Except for the next two stories that you guys are going to be seeing in the next episodes are going to be longer. So stay tuned and subscribe if you want to see more of that. And thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye.